No,
Okay, so the screen is not sharing.
no.
All right, no problem. Um, okay, it should be something like this. Okay. Mm, okay, can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, Gadel. If you are there and you can hear me, you can kindly just unmute your mic. It's going to be just an interactive session, so you can do that, and then we will just go in. So I have to introduce myself. Can you hear me, Gadel?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Awesome. Thank you for coming this Sunday. And we are a bit behind time. I already mentioned to Noella that the meeting is for 40 minutes on Zoom. So just in case our discussion goes beyond that time, we will have to send a new link so that you can use that to join again. But we are just going to go in since we've already spent like 15 minutes out of the time.
Okay.
Awesome. So I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm a Iwaja company and I'm the founder of Kaedia, a women's clothing brand here in Ghana. We do mostly ready to wear. I've had almost a decade's experience. I've been a model and for like 4 or 5 years before I went into fashion design. I would say that I'm self-taught. I didn't go to the actual craftsmanship, but based on my experience running a ready-to-wear clothing brand, um, I've learned some things about the business side of things. And basically, that's what we are going to do here. So the GAP program, I think, yeah. What we do at the GAP is a youth and creative leaders empowerment and mentorship program offering insights to young achievers in the creative and art sector. So people in fashion, arts, other creative fields to give them knowledge of what goes on in the real world as an entrepreneur and how to navigate it. It is our goal to see you have a great start to a successful career through this program. Our mission, we are identifying the gaps and the lack of knowledge in running a creative business, nurturing and developing the skills needed to fill in those gaps for significant growth in your entrepreneurship journey. And I would like to officially welcome you. And when I say welcome, Phila, what I mean by Phila is that I am here sharing my knowledge with you. So whatever areas or loopholes that you are experiencing in your business or you are having challenges with, I am here to share the knowledge that I have. And it is my desire or dream or goal that whatever you learn here, you will also be able to apply it in your own field and to be able to pass it on to others. Because as we discussed earlier before you joined with Noella, the fashion scene is a space of individualism in the sense where there's not a lot of community amongst us where you can find knowledge or you can learn from somebody else that have already earned the experience. Lots of people are just keeping the knowledge to themselves. So whenever there's an opportunity to learn, I will learn, I pass it on to the next person, and it's the hope that the person also passes it on to the next person, thereby not only benefiting ourselves, but also creating a space where other people can also thrive in their businesses. And then in the general benefits of it, the industry does well, Ghana does well, and then we get to grow sustainable businesses. So yeah, so we are here, and I'll say that let's do greater things in excellence. So how did we get here? How did I start the GAP? How did I come about this? I started because I came out of uni in 2017 and I was doing my internship program in a concept store in Accra that I chose because I always knew that I wanted to start a fashion brand. And I wanted to have the field knowledge of that. I have noticed that I needed some areas where I needed to touch up on. So I entered into that mentorship program. Unfortunately or fortunately, that mentorship program was supposed to last for a year, but it ended up lasting for only 6 months because we were relocating from where we were to another place. And so that period of time, we had to wait and I was a bit idle. And then I started my fashion brand. Before then, I used to just model and I used to work at that concept store. When I started my fashion brand, I realized how difficult it was to be able to gain knowledge from anybody. And the people that I met that I felt I believe that have earned so much knowledge, both on the good side, on the bad side of running a business that I thought could share with me, usually were not so open to share with me. I had to spend over 2 years in before I had some people come in who were genuinely open to sharing their knowledge with me. And even with that, it was just on an individual basis. And over time, I realized that if we meet people just one-on-one and we gain knowledge, then actual impact is not going to be had. And when I say actual impact, I think somebody is trying to join, right? Okay. And when I say actual impact, I mean that you will not be able to access a lot of people on a larger scale. You are welcome, Edie. Thank you for joining us today. We will not be able to access.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You will not be able, so we are basically talking, we've touched up on a few things, and we are basically talking about how we came about the DAB, which is the platform that we are on here today. And I'm sharing my experience about how I started my fashion brand and how difficult it was to be able to have people to mentor me or to share their knowledge with me. And so the people that I met that shared their knowledge with me, it was just a one-on-one basis. And I feel like the actual impact that we wanted to happen, we were not getting that impact. Because if you meet somebody and you share knowledge with them directly, then that knowledge sticks with that person. That person can decide, I keep the knowledge to myself for my own benefit, and that's that. But if you have a platform or a space where you have a lot of people as part of the community who have different experiences, and we have to understand that we all have unique experiences and unique challenges. And all of us have one way or the other been able to tackle these challenges, then there's an avenue for more knowledge to be shared and more solutions for us to come up with. And that's how I came about the GAP. Before we move forward to the actual discussion of today, I'm going to say that I understand that with the group that we are in, there are some people who are already having established businesses. So they already know what goes on in running a business. And so maybe some of these things that I may share today, which is the actual basis of starting a business, may not be as beneficial to you, but I'm sure there's a few things that we can learn amongst ourselves. But we are just going to go in. So what is the essentials for any business at all? It doesn't matter whether it's fashion business, it doesn't matter any business that you can think of. The first thing that we need to consider is that you are making the thing for people. And usually we call them customers. So to be able to know that you are making the thing for people and it's also a business, we first have to identify those kind of people that we are making the things for. And usually you will have to, there's a thing where we call avatar. And an avatar is when you create like an imagery of the person that you are designing for. And you can have multiple customer profiles. What I'm discussing right now is what we call customer profiling or a customer profile. And you identify the age group, the geographical location that they are in, their demographic. You can write it to detail as in what they do for a living, whether they are married or they are not married, do they have children, what kind of lifestyle do they like, what did they wear to these places. And because I don't want to restrict it so much to fashion, I want to use, let's say, press-on nails. Press-on nails came about because of the need for women to quickly fix their nail, but also there's been a price increase when it comes to just going to do a manicure or a pedicure, like anything that you go and do, like self-maintenance things. There's been a rise in a high rise in that price. And also the time that you spend to go and sit there, wait in the queue for other people. Somebody thought about that and they're like, how can I solve this problem? And what solution can I bring to this? And somebody came up with press-on nails. So after you've identified that customer profile, you identify where does the person live, their age group, where do they work, what salary are they even earning, what is their lifestyle like, are they Christian, are they modest, are they whatever that comprised of, just have an image. So you can use maybe a public figure or somebody, you can even use a friend that you think that there's a solution that you want to provide for that particular group of people, but your friend represents that particular group of people. You write it down to detail. Once you've been able to do that, then you can now decide, you'll be able to identify if it's clothing that you are making, what kind of clothes that you should be making for that person, what kind of material that you should be making for that person. Because if there's a material, there's a particular person that you are making a thing for, and the person, we are in Africa, right? You will not go and buy winter materials to make things for people living in Africa. It will not work because we don't like heat. It's already hot here. The sun is already high. So we are looking for something that is a bit comfortable. Welcome to I think with that joined, the other person doesn't have a name to their accounts. Welcome. We are basically talking about the essentials of starting any business at all. So based on that, you'll be able to identify. You are welcome. Please, if there's noise behind at your background, can you please mute your mic for us so that the class won't be distracted, please? Thank you very much. So in that sense, once you've been able to identify the customer profile, then this will determine so many things that you go on to do. You'll be able to identify then what kind of price range. If you say you are making ready-to-wear pieces for women in the university, you know that they are not working. So what kind of price range should you be working with? Based on that price range, you can now even decide the material, what kind of styles to be working with, what kind of alternative materials that are so quality but not on a higher price. So that even though you are trying to service a customer, you are also not running at a loss as a business. Does anybody has a question in this customer profiling area? It's very, very important. So if you have a question in this area, please feel free to ask, because that will be the basics for anything that you decide to start. Okay, if there's no questions, then we are going to move forward. So then we come to fashion as an art and fashion as a business, which goes hand in hand. But one thing that I've experienced that I even did when I was starting my fashion brand was that most of the time we focus more on the creative parts and we forget that whatever that we are doing, we are still servicing somebody. And we need to think about the business side of the thing that we are doing. It's not just for ourselves or for our own excitement, or for me to make a nice dress and I say, oh, this is so nice, I'm going to like it, or I buy a very nice material. And it's not servicing my customer. There has to be a balance between the creativity and the business side. So whatever that we decide to do, as much as we are focused on the art side, which is the creative side, usually it comes natural to you or you learn it. We need to balance it with the business side. And I feel like the business side is so in-depth because, you know, we have people who have never been to fashion school, but they still start up businesses and they still do well. And it's because they have an understanding of the business side. So sometimes they'll just employ people who are creative to be part of their team, but they already have an understanding of the business side. So it makes things smooth sailing for them. They understand that regardless of whatever they are doing, as much as they've identified a problem that they are bringing a solution to, they also need to give value. And based on the value that you give, you get a reward for the value that you give. And that's why it's important to have a balance between the two. So I will ask again, does anybody have a question here before we move on to the next slide? Or if there's anything that you want to add or contribute to, that's also fine. Okay, if there's no question, we will move on to the next slide. So after you've been able to think about all these things, you've talked about your customer profile, you've understood the value that you are bringing to your customers, and you understand that as much as we are being creative, whatever that you are making still has to be functional because it's a business. If your customer is not receiving it as value to them, then that means that your business is not going to thrive. We need to think of the business in this manner. You need to have the mindset of the owner of the business, the work ethics of an employee. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is, when you own a business, and I'll say this, when you are starting a business, especially when you cannot employ people immediately, you tend to do a lot of things by yourself, even though you are the business owner. And it's either you go on the extreme of I'm the owner and operate in that owner mindset, or you go to the extreme of I'm working for myself. And so you think of yourself as the employee. So you never put on the CEO cap or the owner's cap. And usually the owner mindset, you believe that the money is yours, whatever financial thing that is coming into the business is yours. You can handle it however way you want to handle it. You can spend it however way you want to spend it. You can choose to sleep. You can choose to wake up. You can choose to travel when you want. You don't really communicate because in your head, it's my business. And I choose to do with it whatever that I want. And then on the other extreme, when you go into the employee start, you think about the work that you need to do. So you work, you do the production, you do the sourcing, you do all the other things. But you leave the aspects where when it comes to you representing your business as the owner and being able to talk about your business, you do not have the skills for. You only have the skills for actually doing the actual work. But when it comes to actually presenting your business, if you are put in front of investors and they say, tell us the story of your business and why we should invest in your business, you may not have the idea to because your whole thought process has been so consumed in the production part of your business that you've forgotten to even balance it out that you are also the business owner as well. There's also a part where you'll be doing both, but then on a lower scale. So you still understand that you are the owner of the business, so you will do some mundane things like, oh, I need to post it here and there. I need to cover certain things. I need to, maybe when I go to events here and there, I need to, I can talk about it. Then I also do the work, but you will never be able to transcend beyond that because maybe you don't think that you need to take on social media marketing class. You don't think that you need to take on some financial class. You need to take on some classes for restructuring your business at every point or every step as you keep growing as a business owner. And some of these things, just the basics of what you go and learn in the school or even any class that you decide to join will not be enough. And especially when you are in a space where you are being taught things in a group setting, you will get the value that you need, but that value may not necessarily apply to every single area of your time. Oh, is it already time? Okay, when it ends, I will send a new link for you to join because we only have 40 minutes here. So basically, that's one way that we need to think about. So we need to be able to consider a side where when you are put in the room to talk about your business, to talk about the financial side, your bookkeeping, your recording, everything, you'll be able to have an understanding of that, because as much as you are doing the production, you've captured it and you believe in your business and you built your confidence up. There's a thing with confidence and owning a business that tallies, like it goes hand in hand. And the thing is that people can actually sense it. And I think without people even sensing it, you, the business owner, you start to withdraw. Anytime you are put into a space where you need to talk about your business, because you feel like, oh, maybe I don't know enough, or there's not much that I can talk about in this topic, you automatically start to withdraw. And when you're able to put your thinking cap on as an owner and also as a work until you employ people, that would be the balanced thing to do in your business. So, bridging art and business in fashion. While art and business can seem opposed, many designers and brands find ways to balance both. For example, high-end or luxury brands may start with an art-driven approach, which is usually couture. Like a lot of big fashion brands start out very creative and exploring. They are taking risks. They are doing everything. But eventually they get to a point where they realize that it goes beyond just being exclusive. And so that's when you see people balancing it out. So people have realized that, oh, doing bespoke takes more time and there's more money that goes into it. But ready to wear, if you have the team to work with, can bring you quick sales, and you would not spend so much time on the production process as much as you do on bespoke. So you realize that this is a lot of fashion brands are balancing the two. So if they have the team, you see them setting up, if they have the two, you see them setting up bespoke brands, and then you have one that they'll be doing ready to wear as well. For a designer, balancing both perspective requires understanding market needs without compromising on artistic integrity. As the creativity part of running a business is also very important. It's unique to you. And I will never say that it is not good. It's a good thing because that's what sets you apart from the industry that you are in and from your colleagues. But when you are able to also balance it out with the business side, it creates an avenue for your business to thrive. At this point, is there any questions that you like to ask? I want to use this time to also create the other meeting set so that I can share the link with you quickly. So please let me know, do you have any questions? So you can unmute yourself and then you can ask me questions if there's any contributions as well that you want to add. Hi, are you there? Noella, Edith, Gadal?
Hey. Yes, we are here.
Are you there? Yes. Is there any questions that you have? Is it making sense so far, and should we continue? Of course, we are here to discuss, and I want to make sure that whatever that we are sharing here is of benefit. So if you have any questions with what we've covered so far, please let me know. If there's any contributions or something is not clear to you, please feel free and let me know.
So hi, I'm Kukwa.
Hi, Kukwa.
Yes. With me, when I completed fashion school, I immediately started a business.
Yes.
Where I was making clothes for people. But my problem was I wasn't keeping records. I wasn't practicing bookkeeping, and I was more into the as you said, the artistic side of the fashion business.
Yes.
And I got to know that running a fashion business is you need more of the business aspects than the fashion side.
Yes.
And I got to know that at the last minute, and my business scrambled. Like, I had to stop the business because I wasn't making any profits. I was just there. It wasn't growing.
Yes.
So now, as we said earlier on, I've learned the hard way and I'm starting all over again. But this time, and also one thing was that I didn't have a niche. Like, I didn't specifically have a niche that I was focusing on. I was doing everything. I was everywhere. So now I'm starting all over again and I'm focusing on children's wear. And I noticed that a lot of um um designers, up and coming designers, do not market a lot, do not know how to market their stuff. And the problem is not that we don't know how to market. It's not we don't know where to start. That's the problem. We think, oh, if I make the clothes, people will automatically come and buy it. It's how you put yourself or represent yourself out there. That's when people will get to know. And as you said with the customer profiling, I didn't do that at first. I didn't do that at first. So and also it was difficult. I didn't have anyone to help me out. It's like everyone was gatekeeping. No one didn't want to tell you what to do, or you see established people having running fashion. You think it's all glamorous and stuff. But it's a lot of work. So that's the
Yes.
little I can see.
Yes. You're right. I think everything that you said, I think I also experienced the same thing when I was starting. Everything that you said, even Noella was saying the same thing about not getting anybody to actually mentor you. And some people will even see you as a challenge. And so because they are seeing you as a challenge, they don't even want to share whatever that they've learned in the business with you. The bookkeeping, the financial part is a very big thing. And we wish that people would just share those knowledge, but unfortunately, but we are here. That's why we are here, to share whatever that we've learned. I'm praying that the other people, because I know that there are people who have also had their businesses. What is this new one? Sorry. Okay, I'm just creating the new link and then I'll share it with you. It's event time. Yeah, the people that also saw you as a challenge, but that's why we are here. I'm hoping that anybody that has also set up businesses and can also be willing to share their ideas with us, and that would be nice. So I'll share the link with you in the group now, and then we will continue from there. Okay. Noella, and is there anything that you'd like to add?
For now, no.
Okay, awesome. I'm adding the link to the group now, and then you can join from there.
Hi, are you saying we should leave this, like the meeting right now?
Sorry, come again.
So what happens to this one? Should we leave the meeting and join the one you sent?
Yes, join the update. So Kotoa will go out in 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes. So we are just going to join that union. In the process of self-regulating, there is a part of you, a requirement of you as the business owner that requires you to be able to access your business and say, where I've gotten to, there are some things that I need to learn. And I cannot learn on my own. If I don't learn in this area or in that area, I'm just understanding that this is going to be the end of it for me. Like, unless I'm comfortable to just be in these states. But if I'm not comfortable to be in these states, then that means that I need to develop myself in certain areas. And developing myself in certain areas is being in groups and in spaces where you will continuously be learning. And sometimes it will require you to pay. Last year, I paid for a course and I paid 5,000 Ghana cedis. It was a 1 month course. We met once a week. I actually didn't want to pay for that course. But after that, we were done with that course. I realized how beneficial that course was to me. And I'm so glad that I took that course. The ending of last year, I joined a class where I paid like, how much did I pay? I think it was like 300 Ghana cedis for 1 day. It was an hour class. And as I'm talking to you now, January, I paid for a course, a 30-day, no, it's February, but I paid it in January. It's almost like 1,000 Ghana cedis for a social media marketing. And it's not to say that, oh, you're supposed to do everything by yourself, but it's important to know that. And where we've gotten to now, we've gotten to an age of personal branding as well. So even though you are the business owner, your level of knowledge and your development is directly linked to the growth of your business. What you don't know, you cannot put in your business. And usually group discussions, you will get knowledge out of it, but you will not get knowledge that addresses your own personal issues. It's not personalized to you. Then communication skills. You will have to talk about your business. You will have to be quick. You will have to be comfortable. When you are put in a position to discuss your business, you have to be comfortable because you are going to talk to customers who will try to bully you into accepting pricing that you are not comfortable with. You will need to be able to communicate well. Communicate the value of what you are providing. You need to be able to be in a space where you'll be able to communicate that. And all these things you can learn. You can pick up, you can learn from books, you can learn from systems, you can learn from courses that you pay for. To be honest with you, you will not get everything like free. When you have the opportunity to impact, don't think about the money too much, because me, I always say that when you gain knowledge, you gain it for yourself and anybody that you come across. Me, that's how I understand gaining knowledge. Because I never think of myself as, I don't like to keep resources to myself. Whatever I learn, I love to share. So when I'm paying for anything, I believe that when I learn the thing, I can share it with another person. So it's a lifetime investment for me. Not only for me, but whoever I share it with too. Because the moment I share, what I'm sharing with you now, I cannot go back into your brain to take it out. I've already given it to you. I can't do anything about it. So this is a book that I bought last year. I will share, I don't know what the screen is doing, but it's How to Speak in Public. And up until last 2 years, you put me in front and I'll say I won't talk. Like, I was still hiding because I'm like, I just want to do the creation part of it. Nobody should be worrying me with storytelling and communication. I just want to create, leave me alone. But last year, I realized that it's very, very important. So I bought the book, I learned it, I read it, and I'm still reading it. I found myself in rooms last year where I was required to speak. And I think that if I had not, I wouldn't have gotten the resources that I got. And I stood in front of the room or rehearsed until I was comfortable. And even when I was put in front of the room, like 20 people, okay, so I was put in the room like 20 people. Actually, so the book, I bought the book at, you know, the under bridge, the East Legon under bridge. You know the guys and the sellers that are on the streets? I bought it from one of those people there. That's why I bought it. I don't know. I'll try and check online if there's a way that you can get it back. I'll try and there's a bookstore that I like to buy books from as well. But I've not checked if they have this book, but I can share it with you after the class as well so that you can check with them if they have the book. So I bought it and I had to rehearse. And it's okay. You rehearse, and even when you're uncomfortable, you do it. When I stood in front of the 20 people, judges and everybody, technical team, video covering everything, before I stepped on stage, I was so nervous. I was shaking. Everybody was like, oh, calm down, you'll be fine. I'm like, people, you don't know what I'm thinking through my head. But when I eventually got on there, because I had rehearsed and prepared, it just started flowing. And when I was done, everybody was like so happy. People were hugging me. They were like, you did so well. And for me, I'm like, wow, so who was I stressing myself about? And communication, it goes hand in hand with storytelling. Then I'll say be resilient. Fashion design or running a business is not, it's no joke. There's stress involved. It's fun. The process is fun. It develops you as the business owner. You grow as a person, right? You will learn so many skills on the job, but it's not easy. It is not easy at all. I think this part is getting dark. It is not easy at all. Like there's so many things that you'll be required to do. And there's so many challenges that will come. And you cannot say that you are going to give up because of those challenges. So maybe you will take a break here and there, but you need to always come back to it. Then be an active learner, I think we've already discussed that in self-regulation about learning the things, realizing that there are certain areas that you are lacking as a business owner, and you need help in, and you need to be able to take help in those areas. And yeah, I think we've covered that. So you go on to the next one. Gather your pack. Gather your pack. You will need people, especially if you are doing everything by yourself. You are going to require the help of people. And now you have this group where you can ask people if you don't understand anything. This what I don't want to be like, I'm the only person that has the knowledge to come and share with you. Everybody has their own experiences, and you will never know. Maybe somebody else, your experience can help them solve a solution. So whatever question, challenges that you are facing, put it in the group. Put it in the group. If you don't want to put it there, send it to me. I'll put it in the group. I'll act on your behalf. Feel free. Gather your pack. Be amongst people who encourage you, who will push you. Friends as well. Build relationship, but please vet these people. Don't just accept people into your life just because. Even if you think they're going to give you something, still vet them, because usually in this fashion industry, it's crazy. You think you are getting something from somebody, the person knows that they are rather getting something from you. So you need to be able to vet all these people. And yeah, I would say that you need the people to support you. You need the people to stand behind you when you need help or you need support. It takes a lot of emotional toll. It takes a lot of people coming through for you. I've built relationships from business people who have become friends, have become solid friends, right? And I've fallen out with people. It's not everybody that you can keep. You've been used. It's so many different ways, right? So you just need to vet your people. If you realize that a relationship is not work for you, you move on. But you'll be able to get your own people and vet people and gather your pack over time. So this is my favorite part, the Galp Lunch Pack. And these are the tools that I've been using. And I'm so happy. I'm happy to share it with you. So first of all, the moment you identify your business, you register it, buy your domain. Even before you register it, buy your domain. Once you are sure that that's the name that you want to use, buy your domain. Because your domain gets you the copyright of your business. If you don't buy your domain now and you wait till later, by the time you are ready 2 years, 10 years later, somebody would have registered that business and bought the domain and will not be available to you. So the moment you understand your business, buy your domain. I bought my domain on GoDaddy. GoDaddy is here. Then Bluehost Bluehost does the same thing. Then you get a website. I think that when you are starting out, you can start with a website that is free. I think some websites have free. The ones that I've always used are the paid ones because I like my customers to have a smooth payment system and everything, so that they don't come and worry me with what is this, what is that. The details are there. You go and order. So I've always used the paid ones. But I also know that there are free trials that you can use as well, where you will just have your details, your contact details, maybe a few pictures of your stuff there, and then you put it there that, oh, when they need to buy anything, they should come to you. I don't believe that you should only have your business on social media platforms. I don't believe that. I believe that whatever the thing is, you should, after a period of time, you should be able to have your business on a website. And you should, I mean, your domain, I'll stress on it again. Get your domain. Get your domain. And then if you need help with it, just let me know. I will help you. Then we all know Gmail, that's Google Mail. Once you have Google Mail, you have Gmail, you have Google Drive. Google Drive is what I use to back up all my business content. Everything I put it there. So I have an email for myself, I have an email for Kayedia, I have an email for The Gap. And whatever I do in relation to a particular business, I put it there. The phones, you know, iPhone, when you run out of storage, they'll be asking you to pay. Maybe you might not be in a space where you'll be paying for all those things, or the money could go towards something else. So in that sense, all that I need to do is buy data, I back up all my files there. And that also makes it easy when you are sharing your files with your customers. You just attach it from that particular email. It makes everything seamless and very, very professional. There's something that I didn't include here that I think I want to add, that when you have an email, create the sign signature at the end. So you say, regards, Eyiwaje Kumhe, Kayedia Ghana, your website is there, your email is there, your contact details is there. So every email that you send out automatically attaches itself with that signature down. And then it has all your details that the person can easily click in, call you, text you, email you with all those things. It makes everything look professional. Then Linktree. After you've gotten your social media handles, your Instagram, your Gmail, your everything, your website, everything, you copy all those, you create a LinkedIn account, a Linktree account, and you put all those things there. Hey, running out of time again. You put all those things there. Our class has gone over 1 hour. You put all those things there. And then you go into Grammarly. Grammarly is what I use to edit my write-ups. If I'm sending an email and I want to make sure that there are no grammar errors or anything like that, I use Grammarly for that. There's also Gemini. I've not used Gemini, but I know it also works. MailChimp is what I use. Oh, somebody is coming in. So that means that we will send another link. I'm so sorry, guys. Because I don't know how many times we'll be meeting yet, I don't want to subscribe. Then maybe you'll be meeting maybe once, you know, and then the subscription will just go to waste. So I'm trying to really understand so that after this class, you'll be able to gauge how often we'll be meeting. Because I don't want to have a space where our schedules are not aligning. Because this is for all of us to benefit from. It's not just for myself. So I'll send another link again. So MailChimp is another platform that I use to, to share all to prepare my newsletters. So this MailChimp is linked to my websites. So when I want to send, like yesterday like this, I sent to let them know that we have new collections coming up. I prepared an email in the MailChimp, and then I just sent it out to them. And then I think Flowdesk is also does the same thing as MailChimp. I don't know if I should explain better. So MailChimp is basically an email marketing platform. It's just like when you have a WhatsApp and you have a contact list and you broadcast messages to your contacts. That's how it is. But this one is with emails. And you can use MailChimp even when you don't have a website. You can still create MailChimp accounts with your email and your username and everything. And what you do is any customer that you work with, try and take the customer's email. And you can go in and manually put the customer's email there. And anytime you want to let them know that, oh, a new design is out or you have a promotion happening, you go there, you design something. They have templates available. You can use the free. Now I'm on the subscription one, but there's also a free trial that you can use, like a free part where you can use until you decide to upgrade. You can use it. So Flowdesk, I've not used Flowdesk, but the mentors that I've worked with, I know they also use Flowdesk. So it's with MailChimp as well. Then there's LensBuddy. LensBuddy, it's a, how do I put it? It's a tool that I use to take pictures of myself. If I have nobody around and I want to take, if you go to my Instagram, so my Instagram is my name as well. My Instagram is ayiwa.ajekubune. When you go to my Instagram, most of the pictures that I've posted on my Instagram are pictures that I took myself. Especially if you check from the top, maybe the first 2 rows, they are pictures that I've taken myself. Even the picture that I posted, maybe for the Substack that I shared in the group, the picture that I was wearing the bubu is the pictures that I took myself. Do you think that somebody took the pictures for me? If you don't have a lot of people you are working with, and you cannot have people available to do everything for you, you need to make apps work for you. That's the importance of apps. Let them work for you. Let them do the work for you. And you just present yourself, and then you do what you can. Then it makes the job easy for you. Notion is an app that one of my mentors shared last year. I've not really looked into it, but it's for planning your day, planning your year. You can put everything in there. I've not used it in depth, so I can't talk about it too much. But these are the launch pack. So as you are thinking about your customer profiling, your brand identity, everything, these are the tools that you should think of using when you are starting. And we go to the next slide. We are almost at the end of the class. Is fill your own gap today. So fill your own gap today, the assignments, because I want to be able to know that we are actually making progress in what we are doing. So first, I would like you to go and identify who your customer is. You can, as I said earlier, you can have more than one customer. You can have more than one customer. It doesn't have to be one. You can have more than one customer. You can have them in different groups, in different demographics. And yeah, if you find any challenges anywhere, we can discuss. You can share it with me. We can discuss it, and we can support ourselves through. So this is the end of our class. I'm happy that you were able to come. And yeah, these are our social media handles. We are on Instagram at Fillers of the Gap. This is the email. My number is what you have in the group. So you can follow us on Instagram as well. I share maybe some speaking stuff that I go and do on that Instagram page. So you can be there to maybe watch some of the videos and things like that. So yeah, we've come to the close of our class, and I hope I was able to impact some value. The next class that we are going to get into, you might go deep into the business side. That's when we discuss the finances and everything. But I feel like before we go to that point, these things need to be understood and discussed before we go to that point. And yeah, we are done. So you can unmute your mic, and then we can have a discussion. I'm going to stop sharing the page now. And then, yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, please, is it possible to send us the slides that you just used?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to share it with everybody because I think I will share it with the people that attended the class.
Okay.
I shared with Noella earlier. I think that the group is for people who are really serious to really want to learn something. And so we discussed the timeline and everything in the group. So the people who have attended are the people that I'm willing to share. It's only one person that told me that she won't be able to come because she usually attends church in the evening. We will. Okay. So, of course, for everybody here, I think some of you, your names are a bit different on the page compared to here. So you just let me know and privately, and I will share it with you.
All right. Okay. And also, you were saying
sorry, Edith. When the class ends, it looks like I have to add another because we have this is the discussion time, but I think we have like just 4 minutes or something. So I'm going to create another and share it with you. So please go on.
Okay, so I wanted to know if the bookkeeping aspects will be part of the business part of the fashion that we'll be discussing like
Yes,
next in the
yes,
next class.
yes.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thanks.
You're welcome. Please, is there any questions, any contribution?
Yes, I wanted to find out what you wanted to share with the other lady because I was very late and so I couldn't grab all that she started.
Okay,
So if
Abojua,
you
so what did I discuss with her? So basically she couldn't attend, so she wanted me to share the recording with her. So I told her that she needs to just give me some time. I will have to upload it and then I'll share the link with her to view the thing. So since you
okay, I
came
think
in,
I
but
would
you
love
came in
you to
late.
share it with me as well, if that
Okay,
is
awesome.
possible.
Awesome. I'll do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So if you can send me a hi, because I think that your name is different from the page, the name on the page. So you can send me a hi so that
It's
I know
Abwajua. It's
on
Abwajua.
the Instagram, oh, sorry, on our WhatsApp group as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I'm also with that.
Yeah, with that, I think your name is exactly that on the page.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so is that all? Okay, so if that's all, that means that we may not be able to, we may not actually need to do the rescheduling. So add another time to it.
Okay.
Okay, so what I will do is after the class, I will send a feedback form so that you let me know your feedback for the class and what areas that you would like us to improve. And if you benefited from any area as well, please let me know so that I know what areas that we need to be focusing on more to be able to give the value that we want to give. But I would like to thank you all. Noella, you came in. Edith, Widad, Kukua, Abwajua, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate your
Thank you
time
very much.
and your